Good morning. I'm so happy to be able to come to you in your home today. I just want you to know that I miss you. I love you. But you know what? We're going to read today and we're going to be together. And I want to welcome everybody today. And I want to say hello to Emily and Everett and Emma Grace and Preston and Prinavie and Aria and Kinsley and Carlos and Bennett and Lauren and Colton and Owen. Welcome. I'm so glad you're with me today on this video. We're going to read a book today, and our book is entitled The Tiny Seed. And before we start the book, you know, we always ask for a prediction. So we're going to look at this book real quick, and we're going to look at the book, and we're going to, wonder what this book is about. I see a flower, and I see a sun. So it must have something to do with the flower and the sun. But the title, remember the title tells us what the book is about, and it's The Tiny Seed. So apparently it's one little seed, and we'll see what this seed is going to be about. We're going to look at the author. The author of this book is Eric Carle. So we know that an author does what? An author writes the book. We know that an illustrator does what? Draws the pictures, but on here I don't see anywhere where it says there is an illustrator. It just gives me the author of the book. And so then we always think, okay, the author wrote the book and the author drew the pictures because he's an illustrator too. And if we were in our classroom, we would write it down on our opening where we give the title of the book and the author, and we'd write it down. But today we're just going to go ahead and read, and we're going to see what this is all about. So let Miss Wirmel put her glasses on. You know, these are magic glasses. She can see the words really well if she's got these magic glasses on. So we're going to start out The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle. It is autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high into the air and carries them up far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? So we know that it's got a question mark. So it's asking another question. And look right here. Here's the tiny seed. These are bigger seeds. This is a smaller seed. And they're blowing way up in the air. And it just said it is autumn. Remember, that's a season. So that's in the autumn. One of the seed flies higher than the others. It's up, up, and way it goes. It flies too high, and the sun-hot ray burns it up. But the tiny little seed sails on with the others. Another seed lands on a tall, icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but that tiny little seed does not go as fast as the others. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water. And it's down here somewhere. I had to really look for it. And it drowns. The others will sail on with the wind. But the tiny seed does not go as high as the other. Where is that tiny seed? I'm looking. There it is. It's kind of hard to see, isn't it? In all the colors. One seed drifts down into the desert. Now you know the desert's very hot and very dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low, but the wind pushes it on with the others. All right, so here's the other seeds. Where's our little seed? Oh, there he is. There's our little seed. He's trying to keep up with the other seeds. Finally, the wind stops and the seed falls gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and he eats one of the seeds. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small that the bird does not see it. So see, it's way down here and the bird's over here. So thank goodness that bird did not see that seed, or he probably would have ate it all up. Now it is winter. Now remember, autumn is a season and winter is a season. So now we've gone from autumn to winter. Winter means it's cold and snowy. After their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they were going to sleep on the earth. Snow falls and covers them like a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse comes along, and it lives on the ground, and it eats the seed for its lunch. Uh-oh, there's the mouse. He's getting awful hungry, and he's going to eat those seeds. But the tiny little seed lies very still, so the mouse doesn't see him, and the mouse does not see him. All right, so we've got to find the little seed. Where is the little seed? Oh, there it is. Look, it's right there. And the mouse is over there, so it's not going to be eaten. Thank goodness. I was worried that mouse was going to eat the seed. Now we're changing seasons again. It says it's spring, and we know that after a few months, the snow has melted, and it's really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, and the rain falls. The seed grows so round and fluffy, they start to burst open a little. Now, they are not seeds anymore. They are plants. First, they sent roots down into this earth. Then their little stems, here's the stems, grew up toward the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plant. It is a big fat weed, and it takes up all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants, and that little plant dies. The tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally it starts to grow into a plant. All right, so here we are. Here's the little seeds busting into plants, but here's our tiny little seed. He's trying to catch up with the other one. There's that big old weed that just took over. And that right there, little plant did not get the sun and the rain, so it had to die. Kind of sad, huh? The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They too have been waiting for the sun in the springtime. One child doesn't see the plant as he runs along. And oh my goodness, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow at all. Oh, looky here. What in the goodness is that? That is a foot. Blank the screen. It is a big old foot. And it's just stepped onto the plant. And now the pretty flower is gone. But looky here. The tiny little seed. The tiny little seed has grown into the plant. The tiny plant that grew from a tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grew even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, the other plants have 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there's footsteps, and now there's a big old shadow that looms over the flower. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. All right, it said it had 7 petals. Let's count those petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yes, there was 7 leaves, little petals. Leaves. I'm sorry. These are the petals of the flower. These are the leaves on the stem. Oh, Miss Wirmel gets so confused sometimes. But there is our little plant getting ready to bloom. It was a boy that was picking that flower to give to a friend. What a nice thing to do. We always need to share. And so he was so kind to share that flower. Now it is summer, and the tiny plant from the tiny seed is all alone. It grows on, and it doesn't stop. The sun shines on, and the rain waters it, and it may have many leaves. It grows taller and taller and taller, and it's taller than the people. It's taller than the trees. It's taller than the house. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they've ever seen. It's a giant flower. My goodness, from a tiny seed, little bitty tiny, to a big, tall, giant flower, that's amazing. That is wonderful how that works. Now, all summer long, the birds and the bees and the butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big, beautiful flower. So here's your flower, and there's your sun, and if you look really close, there's the birds, there are the butterflies, and if you look really, really close, there's a bunch of little bumblebees, and they're all swarming around. Now it's autumn. We started with autumn. Now we're going to end with autumn. So we went through all 4 seasons. The day grew shorter, the nights grow colder, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flowers have lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends away from the wind, but the wind grows stronger and shakes the flower. Once more, the wind shakes the flower, and this time the flower seed pops open. out comes many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away from the wind. The end. Wasn't that a great book? That is so wonderful. So we got to hear about 4 different seasons and how the little tiny seed grew from small to big. So remember, this is the front of the book. This is the back of the book. Very good. And this is the spine of the book. Remember, the spine holds all the pages, so we like the spine. So that's great. So that was a wonderful book. So we're going to finish up really quick. I have some different seeds. There's all different kinds of seeds we have. We can plant. This is wheat seeds. These are bird seeds. These look like maybe some grass seeds. And just a good old bean you can plant. But remember, and this is some cotton seed. If you know what a cotton field is, you have to have little cotton seeds. So if you start with the little seed, and then you put it into a seed sprouting, and then it's going to become the sprout, and then it's going to come from the seedling. It's going to the life cycle. Then it's going to become a stem with some leaves, and then before you know it, the cycle of that seed is going to be these beautiful flowers, just like you're my beautiful flowers. And we're all going to continue to grow, and we're going to get through all of this. So Miss Wirmel's going to go ahead and stop for today, but maybe I'll be back with you soon. So I just want to send out my love to everyone, mommies and daddies too. We miss you also. So just have a great day. And what does Miss Wirmel always say? Have a blessed day. See you later. Love you guys. Bye.